Hello, good afternoon, this is Diecast Loon. I hope you're all doing well. In this afternoon's video, we're going to be taking a look at some new Matchbox that I picked up yesterday. Not a massive amount, picked up 4 pieces, so I'll take a look at them briefly. I've also got a couple of extra pieces from my collection that I'm going to show after that. And I've had a viewer request. Somebody that watches my channel or regularly comments anyway, he asked me would I show some Matchbox Porsches, or at least show a couple of my favourite Matchbox Porsches if I have any. And I do actually have quite a few nice Matchbox Porsches, so I picked out 2 as I didn't want to make the video go on for too long. But anyway, we'll get to that at the end. So anyway, without further ado, we'll take a look at what I found yesterday. So this is what I picked up. There's been no new Matchbox over here. There's been some pretty good 5-packs, but no basic on the peg stuff. And this is the first I've seen in months. So I'm quite behind, or at least we're quite behind over here down in the part of the UK. I live in Cornwall in the UK, so where I live, we are quite behind at the moment. So the first one I found was this really cool MBX cycle trailer. Let's get a bit of zoom on. And there we go. So very cool. And at some point in the future, I wouldn't mind giving that bike a bit of detail. I don't think I'm going to customize the whole trailer, just detail the bike and the platform that it's on, as I quite like the way it looks. But so that's pretty cool. So we'll get it open and take a closer look. Or not. So there it is, and I'm not quite sure what the bike is supposed to be based on. It looks like a V-twin of some sort, but quite nicely detailed. But again, like I said, it needs a good paint. I know Chris from Chris's Junkyard Designs has recently done a custom that involved this trailer and motorbike setup and did a very nice job. But like I said, I would just like to do something with this trailer part here, just the bike and this lower part, as I think it actually looks pretty good. So like I said, that was the first piece. And then the next piece is this Plow Master 6000. So we'll get straight into that. If I can. I always seem to struggle opening Matchbox for some reason. I'm not quite sure why. Bit of paper and weight, 2 seconds. And there it is. And I really do like, I've always liked this National Parks livery, but I do like this Plowmaster. I really do quite like this. It's pretty cool. So it has nothing moving on it, but it is pretty cool. All nicely tampoed down the side and nothing on the front, but it is really cool. So a little look underneath. So I don't know, it looks, I'm not sure if this is a made-up casting or if it's a real truck. It looks like it's a real truck. It does have a sort of, I'm not quite sure what it's based on, to be honest. If it looks like a Chevy, I'm not quite sure. But pretty cool anyway, so that's a good find. This is one I've seen on other channels, and I'm happy now that I've managed to pick up this myself. So that is pretty cool. And like, the thing is, I would have picked up loads more, but the box was pretty much dry. There was literally about 10 pieces left, and a couple of them I already had. Excuse me. So it was a case of get what's left, but luckily the 4 that I did pick up were 4 that I really wanted, so that was a win. So anyway, let's see if this opens up a little bit easier. So before we rip it up, there's a little quick look. So here's the Ford Custom 300. And there it is in the black. Now, as soon as I seen this, I thought this would be great for a custom, a full custom. But at the same time, I do really like it in this standard setup. I do really quite like it. So I may do a full custom on this in the future. So there you go, 1957 Ford Custom 300. So this might be getting customized at some point. If I can come across another one, then I'll definitely do something with it, because I've got a really good idea. But it is a very cool piece in this black, all black. I do quite like it. So that is very cool. Looks like a, yeah, got a bench seat in there. So that's pretty cool. And then the last new piece is the 2022 Ford F-150 Lightning. So let's see if we can get this opened up. Let's move that paper out of the way. And there it is, and straight away, this is quite a weighty piece. I don't know why, it's got a real chunk to it, but very nicely done. I do quite like these MBX wheels. They do these sort of larger chrome wheels, and the back is done very nice. You can see the Ford insignia. You've got F-150 stamped into the back of the tailgate and all tampered in. Excuse me. Quite nicely. I love the colour. And again, the front is done really nice. So that is a cool piece. And like I said, this will be being left. I don't customise. I tend to customise more Hot Wheels than I do actual Matchbox. I don't know why that is. But I don't customise everything. But this is pretty cool. And I thought while I was at it, I'd pull out an older version. So this is, look, this should say the date is the Ford, again, F-150 Lightning, but I think this is from about 90 something, I can't remember now, 90, it's either 94 or 97, but I just thought I'd pull it out and do a little comparison. So they're pretty much the same colour. But this is a nice piece. This is, like I said, it's quite old now. It's relatively old. I'm just trying to find a date. So a little look. 2004 copyright. But yeah, so this one's up to date, new. So we two. So yeah, same car, same type of vehicle. Ford F-150 Lightning. Ford F-150 Lightning, but it's quite how they've evolved from this two-door to this crew cab. Anyway, so that's the new pieces today, and I just thought I'd show this as just as fact that it's the same vehicle but the older version, and it's a Matchbox. And even though this bears no relation whatsoever, I just thought I'd show it because it was right next to that other Lightning in the rack, and this is a Chevy Silverado, and I've always liked this. There's something about it. I love this sort of graphite grey colour, and again you can see it's really nicely tampoed in. So you've got Silverado, you've got the Chevy bow tie, and this is one of my favourite Matchbox basic pickups. You can see the bow tie's done, and the lights, believe it or not, even though they're very small, are tampered in too. You can see it's got, I think it says Texas on the plate, I think. But very cool. And this is from, again, this isn't a spring up-to-date piece, so it's 2014 Silverado 1500. It says it's in 1/64 scale, but I don't think it actually is, as we know it's not to scale, because I've got some 1/64 scale stuff from Auto World. It's the same vehicle and it's 3 times the size, but I just thought I'd show it as it's just a really cool piece, and it was in the same rack as the other one, so as I have a pickup collection, so that's pretty cool. So that's the new pieces and a couple of random pieces I thought I'd show. Now somebody that I don't think he has a channel, he's called Jeff. He quite often comments on my videos from time to time and all that good stuff, and he just mentioned if I would show if I have any excuse me, so I sip my drink a minute. Excuse me, it's better, got a dry throat. happened to mention if I hadn't, would I show some Porsches from my Matchbox Porsches in particular. So like I said, I've got quite a large collection, but I just thought I'd show 2 of my favourite pieces. So we start off with the first one, and this is the Porsche 550A Spider, and I did a wheel swap as I thought the wheels were too small, or now whether it's because the arches were too big or the wheels were too small or both, I don't know, but these were the closest I could find to the sort of period with the type of wheels that would be on this car from back in the 50s. I also painted the seats red, and I gave it a more traditional looking steering wheel, but I was trying to make it look like the car that James Dean drove, that he unfortunately perished in, because this is obviously the same car and in very, very similar colour. So I took license from that, and I know the seats in his were red and the wheels are very similar, but this is a pretty cool piece from Matchbox Moving Parts, and I didn't drill it. I used green light wheels, so there's no need to drill it. So that's one of my favourite Matchbox Porsches, as I do really like the 550 Spider. It's probably one of my favourite Porsches of all time. It's just unfortunate doesn't seem to be a great deal of decent 1/64 or 3-inch scale castings, in my opinion, of the 356 550A Spider. But this isn't bad. So that's the first piece, and then the second piece, and also the last piece I'm going to show today, is this really cool piece from the 50th anniversary Superfast, and it is the 80 Porsche 911 Turbo. Excuse me. Now I have one of the older original versions of the Superfast from about 1970 something, 74 possibly, around when this casting came out. But I just really, for some reason, there's something about this Porsche I really like. I don't know if it's the colour, the wheels, or all of it. I just really like it. But I like the way that even though this isn't the original casting, it looks very similar to the original casting, because the original casting had these opening doors. The interior has hardly changed at all, and they've just basically updated it with rather than a metal spoiler or hydrofoil, it's got a plastic piece, which I actually think looks better than the metal. And this is obviously tampoed in rear lights, turbo there on the back hatch as their own. Now these aren't Real Riders, they call their wheels True Grip tyres. So that is what they are, and you can see it's got nice treaded tyres on it, and the lights are done. But like I said, I do really like the original casting. I do have a couple of these, but I thought I'd show the newer version, as something about it I really like. So anyway, so that is, hopefully that satisfies Jeff. And like I said, they're just a couple of my favourite pieces of my Matchbox for Porsche collection, sorry. But anyway, with that is today's video. A bit random, something new, something old, or something middle-aged, should I say. And with that, please like, share, subscribe. Stay tuned for more unboxing videos, vintage pieces, and challenge videos, premium pieces, all that good stuff to come. I'm going to probably do one more video before Christmas, and then I'll probably call it a day until after Christmas. Have a little bit of a break, I think. But with that, I'll see you all very soon. Thanks for watching.